Mainly the indexation is the replication of the inflation in the market. So what the debt fund says, or what the indexation rule states, is you should not pay taxes on the inflation that is there in the market. So let's say you get a return of 10%, and I'm assuming, let's say the indexation figure is close to 9% in this particular example. You are taxed at 20% of the remaining. So the rate of interest 10% minus the indexation figure, which is 9%. 20% of that is your taxation liability, which comes out to be approximately 0.2%. If I see a post-tax return, then on 10% I am supposed to pay about 0.2% tax. So a 10% return, a post-tax return comes out to be about 9%. Right. So instead of what happens in normal investments, let's say you do an FD, and the rate of interest in an FD right now is about 7%, but just for the sake of simplicity, I'm taking, let's say the return is 10%. You are taxed at your tax bracket in any FD, be it an RD, be it an FD. You are taxed. So let's say if you're getting 10% return, and let's say you fall into a 33% tax bracket, your post-tax return is not more than 6.5%. This is the power of debt as compared to an FD. You end up getting a post-tax return of close to 9.5, 9.8 to 10%. I will come to the differences in FDs and debt in a while, probably in my next video. I like to explain you the second scenario. This is a bit tricky, so just bear with me for this. So indexation figure, let's say, comes out to be 12%, and let's say your rate of interest is close to 10%. You are taxed at 20% of the differential, but in this case 10 minus 12, the differential is minus 2%. That means according to the debt taxation, you have not accrued any profits. You are actually at a loss of 2%. Hence, you are not eligible to pay taxes on this, and this entire investment of 10% becomes tax-free for you. So 10% return is, in scenario 1, almost tax-free at about, post-tax returns coming to about 9.8%. And in scenario 2, 10% is absolutely tax-free. Instead, this 0.2%, which this minus 2% which you're getting over here, this you can also offset with any of your other profits that you have booked. So this is 10% for sure. Let's say if you have an alternate asset which is giving you a 2% return, for example, just taking an example that there is an alternate investment that you've made in some other investment instrument in which you've got a 2% profit. This minus 2% can be offset with this 2% profit that you've got, and this 2% also becomes tax-free for you. I hope I'm clear in this, because this is a bit tricky. So you've invested in one instrument, a debt instrument, which is giving you a 10% return. The indexation figure is 12% for this. Taxation comes out to be 20% of the differential of this, so this comes out to be minus 2%. So you're actually not making any profits. Hence, this entire debt investment become tax-free for you. And the minus 2% which you have got over here can be offset by some other investment. So let's say if you've got any other investment which is giving you an X% return, you deduct minus 2% from it and then pay taxes on that. So this 2% kind of adds on to your profits as well, because you're kind of offsetting the profits that you've got from any of your other investments. That's the power of indexation that is there. Now, if I come to the differences in debt, so debt funds are mainly compared to an FD, right? Just because of their safety, low risk, low return kind of a thing. An FD basically in today's time is giving you about 7.25%, not more than that. And let's say if you're in a 33% tax bracket, in that the post-tax returns comes out to be about 5.25%, not more than that. That's the post-tax returns. If you stay invested into debt for more than 3 years, you get a return of about 10 odd percent, 9.5, 9.8, 10% approximately post-tax, which is almost the double of what you get in an FD. With the same risk, with the lowest risk possible, the taxation makes these instruments better. Secondly, if we keep the taxation aside, they are itself giving a higher return than an FD. FD is giving about 7.25 right now. Debt funds are giving me 9.5 to about 10.5% right now. So there is a clear differential in the returns. The taxation makes it even more lucrative. The risk is same in an FD and a debt fund. And on top of that, the other thing is the liquidity is very good for these funds. So if you want to take out your money in debt, it takes T+1 days for the money to come into your account. I'll write it over here, T+1. So let's say if you have asked for the money today before 3 o'clock, tomorrow morning it will come into your account with the interest that you've accrued, which you've earned, right? So that's the kind of liquidity that debt funds have. So if I have to choose between debt and FDs, debt has a higher return than an FD of clearly close to about 3%, 3.5%. It has a better taxation than an FD. After 3 years, they become almost tax-free. They are almost equivalent if we compare the risk profiles of both the investments. The liquidity is very good. Hence, debt funds are always preferred. Debt funds are always preferred in comparison to an FD. The turnaround time for the money to come in from equity funds is T+3 days. So let's say you've requested a redemption in equity funds on Monday, the money will come into your account on Thursday morning. That's the turnaround times and that's the taxation for both of them. I will try and cover the differences between hybrid and an FD in my next video. I'll also cover SIP and STP procedures, what is the difference between SIPs and STPs in the coming videos, and I'll also try and spend some time on the technicals so we analyze in all these funds and what are these technicals all about. Thank you again for watching, guys. Been a pleasure. It's been a really nice experience sharing all these insights with you guys, and your comments and your personal messages have made this even better. Thank you for your support. Keep subscribing, ask your friends and ask your relatives also to subscribe to our channel, or any of your colleagues in office to subscribe to our channel, and do leave all the comments. They are very important for us, and we keep on incorporating those comments. Thank you so much, guys. Bye. Take care.